Before we configure anything, let's get the system into your project. Once you have downloaded it, you will have a file. Extract it. It will generate a folder called MK Daily Rewards and a verse file. Copy both of them. Now, open Uefn. Click on Import and paste both the folder and the verse file into your project. A file window may open, just close it. Now, click Launch Session. The first time, you will get an error. Don't worry, this is completely normal. Right next to it, a button will appear that says Run Fixup. Just click it, and the error is resolved. That's it. The system is now inside your project, and we are ready to set it up. If you subscribe to my Patreon, you get access to this system, along with all my other systems. You can also purchase it separately. The link is in the description. When you download it, you will get a folder called MK Daily Rewards. Open it up. First, let's place the device on your map. Once it is placed, open the settings. Starting here, you can configure how the UI opens for your players. You have two options, a trigger or a button. I added an array of buttons. This means you can set up as many buttons as you want. If you are building a tycoon map, for example, you could assign one button for each player base. The UI can also open automatically when the player enters the map, but we will get to that later. One last thing before we continue. Every setting here has a tooltip. Just hover over it, and you will see exactly what that option does. So if you are ever unsure about something, the tooltips are there to guide you. Now, let's look at the Style section. This is where you can customize the look of your UI. You can change the title, the timer, the icons, and more. If you open the UI file directly from the MK Daily Rewards folder, you can also customize it from there. But if you are not very familiar with widget blueprints, I recommend leaving it as it is. Some fields are linked to verse code. If you change those, the system may stop working correctly. Inside the folder, you will also find the Buttons UI folder. This contains all the custom buttons. You are free to customize these however you want. Change the colors, the style, the layout, make it your own. You can also modify the on-hover and on-click animations. These are completely yours to adjust. However, be careful with the Daily UI and Daily UI Last Day buttons. These also have verse fields, specifically on the text elements and the icon. If you change those, the system may not work as expected. But don't worry, you can still follow my steps to safely change the background, the size, and other visual properties. Just avoid touching the fields I point out, and you will be fine. Now let's go through the gameplay settings, one by one. The first one is hours between claims. This controls how long the player has to wait between each reward. The default is 24 hours. That means one claim per day, a classic daily reward. But it is completely up to you. Set it to 12, and the player can claim twice a day. Set it to 48, and they only claim once every 2 days. Whatever fits the pace of your map. Next, loop streak. This one decides what happens when the player claims the very last day. If loop streak is on, the streak starts over from day 1, so your rewards become an endless cycle. The player can keep claiming forever. If you turn it off, the streak simply stops at the last day. Once they claim it, that's it. No more rewards. By default, this is turned on. I recommend keeping it on. It keeps your players coming back, day after day. Next, reset if missed. This is the master switch for the streak punishment. When it is on, if a player waits too long to claim, their streak resets back to day 1. When it is off, the streak never resets. The player could disappear for a whole month and come back exactly where they left off. By default, this is on. But how long is too long? That is controlled by the next setting. Miss Grace hours. This is the grace window, the extra time the player gets after the cooldown ends before the streak resets. Let me make it simple. Say hours between claims is 24, and Miss Grace hours is also 24. The player claims. The next reward unlocks 24 hours later. From that moment, they get another 24 hours of grace to come back and claim it. So in total, they have 48 hours from their last claim before the streak resets. The bigger this value, the more forgiving your system is. Set it higher to give your players more room. Set it lower if you want the streak to be strict. Close on claim. When this is on, the menu closes automatically right after the player claims their reward. When it is off, the menu stays open. The player can keep it on screen and watch the timer start counting down. By default, this is on. It keeps things clean, claim, and you're done. Open on join. When it is on, the menu opens automatically the moment the player joins your map. Great for making sure nobody misses their daily reward. By default, this is off, so the player opens it through your trigger or button, and the last one, Show HUD Timer. When this is on, a countdown appears on the player's HUD while the menu is closed, so even without opening the UI, they can always see how long until their next reward is ready. And remember the style section from earlier? That is where you position and style this timer. By default, it is off. Turn it on if you want that constant reminder on screen. Oh, just one detail. I added a new UI widget called HUD Timer UI. You can use it to change the text and where it sits on the screen. Just pay attention to the anchors. That is what keeps the timer behaving correctly on screen. If you are not familiar with UI widgets, I recommend learning a bit about positions and anchors first. It will make this much easier. Now the most important part, the rewards. This is the list of everything your players will claim. Each reward you add here is one day in the UI. They appear dynamically. Add a reward, a new day shows up. Remove it, it's gone. Each page fits 7 rewards, but you can set as many as you want. 5, 10, 30, it doesn't matter. When you go over 7, the pagination kicks in automatically. The arrows let the player move between pages. So let's add a reward and go through its settings. First, the claim trigger. This trigger fires when the specific day is claimed. Wire it to whatever you want. Next, the item granter. Whatever items you put inside this item granter device, the player gets them when they claim this day. Then, the reward icon. This is the image shown in the day's slot. The reward text, the name of the reward, for example, X100 coins, and the reward description, a small line under the name, like daily login bonus. And last, the colors. This lets you set the text colors for this day, the day label, the name, the description, and the claim button. That's one reward. Just repeat this for every day you want. Almost done. Let's finish with the triggers. First, the claim trigger. Fire this one, and the player claims the current day. Even with the menu closed, it's optional. And the rest of the triggers below it, they are all optional too, and purely informative. The system fires them when things happen, a claim, a streak reset, a milestone, and more, so you can link them to other systems or features, a sound, an effect, whatever you need. Every one of them is explained in its tooltip, so just hover if you want the details, or leave them all empty. Completely up to you. And finally, the debug section. This is a testing tool for you, the creator. It lets you test the whole system without waiting real hours. You can speed up the cooldown to just seconds, force a claim, reset a streak, jump to the last day, and more. I won't go through every single one. They are all explained in their tooltips. Just play around with them while you build. But, and this is important, when you are done testing, turn debug off before you publish your map. If you leave the fast timers on, your streak will reset in seconds, and your players will lose their progress. So remember, testing done, debug off, then you are ready to go live.